Does this make my belly look big?
Hey, I think we're ready to go here. We've had some technical difficulties. Thank you to Jasmine, our IT support.
We're back.
Helping us. We are back. This is LicataLive. It is Tuesday, a little after 11.
9:21.
We have a guest here. We have law enforcement from Orange County Sheriff's Office and Triad, Ron Kestner, to talk about an endeavor that he's charged with here in the county. But before we get that far, I want to congratulate my protege here, Keith. Keith is not only a great golfer and realtor,
Not that great of a golfer.
but I joke a little bit with our team, and Keith is a golfer. He's a baseball player. He's a basketball player. Sort of soft. I'm an old wrestler, so we look at him as kind of soft. I sort of half and half. But he's been really grinding it lately, right, and killing it in real estate. In fact, when we talk about the real estate market, Keith had 3 properties go under contract last week. I mean, that's, the average realtor sells 8 properties a year. I mean, that's 3 in a week.
Got to keep up with you guys. Got to keep up with you guys. It's a tough group to hang with. You got to keep up.
You do got to keep up, but you're certainly kicking my behind. So congratulations.
Well, one of the big, and then we had another settlement last week, which was a big one. When you want to talk about that with our group?
Yeah. Just yesterday was one of the highlights of my career. So I think you made me remember a couple of weeks ago I mentioned that our team, all 9 members of our team, bought a property and we improved it. So we flipped the property together. Yeah. So within a 2-month period of time,
everybody chipped in. Everybody did the raking, cleaning, stuff they were capable of doing.
Keith was an arborist. He was cutting grass. He was mulching. I mean, everybody did a little bit. We didn't do the work. I mean, we didn't do the contractor work, but we did the demo and everything. And yesterday, and Pat and I, my wife and I do, a couple of these a year. We've always done it. It's been a nice supplement to our real estate business. But this time, everyone on the team owned this property, and it's sold. And yesterday, I went around and gave everyone
you get a check.
A check. It was so exciting. I mean, it was wonderful.
And we might be doing number 2. We're kind of excited about that. We got our eyes on something else, so who knows? Bring your distressed properties our way. We may take them off your hands.
But from a team standpoint, it truly is a team here, and we all have some skin in the game. We win together. We don't lose much, but I hate to say we don't win them all, but we win together and we lose together, I guess, but we don't lose too much.
It was a good team bonding experience.
Great
experience.
So thanks for reminding me about that. But let's talk about the Triad. So
Keith, enough about us. We brought Popo here today. So Ron, tell us about well, first, welcome to LicataLive.
Thank you.
Ron, tell us just a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Okay. Deputy Ron Kestner with the Orange County Sheriff's Office. This is actually my 40th continuous years in law enforcement.
Wow.
I retired from the Albemarle County Police Department, the county around Charlottesville, Virginia, as a master police officer, and then went back to work part-time for the Orange Sheriff's Office.
Okay, great.
And my main charge is to make sure that our senior community is safe. Triad is a program that refers to the 3-pronged approach between law enforcement, the senior citizens, and senior citizen provider organizations to keep our seniors both safe and healthy.
Okay.
And we also, one of our programs also rolls out to people with autism, and they're on the autistic spectrum, and also anybody who might be the victim of a traumatic brain injury.
Okay.
That's the Project Lifesaver program. That is a program where we can actually put a transmitter on someone about the size of a wristwatch, so that if they are prone to wandering away from a caregiver and becoming lost, we can actually track them with a radio receiver.
Wow.
And I'm a private pilot, and I have 3 other individuals. Buzz Gerald at the airport is one of them, so that if for any reason we can't find that radio signal on the ground, we can actually go
airborne.
air, and we can track it up to about 6 miles.
Wow.
So So anyhow, and so that's pretty much what my job is, and I go out and do talks to different civic organizations on scams and frauds and anything else that's kind of law enforcement related to the safety of the seniors in the community.
I'll see that on Facebook from time to time, like an alert saying that this such and such. Is that you guys doing that? Or?
It is. Okay. Yeah, we have a Facebook page for the Triad program itself, and then we also link that to the Sheriff's Office Facebook page.
Okay.
So we can get that word out as well.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, especially older communities, 55 and older. I'm sure it's. They look for that information.
They do, and in our senior community, routinely becomes, not only in this county but everywhere, becomes victims of these very elaborate and well planned scams. Now they're very, very hard to detect,
right?
And it's hard for me to detect them. I mean, I'm 62, I'm getting older. But, one came across my phone the other day, and I was looking at it, and I almost clicked on the link,
right.
Because it looked so real. And my wife said, no, that's a scam.
The IRS will never call you asking you for your social security number, all that's a scam.
No, and this was a notification about a package that was supposed to be delivered, and I'm like, well, I was expecting a package, but not something tied to my work phone, so it set off a lot of red flags, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys are looking for that. Now tell us about this monitor you have here.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is the Guardian Alert Pendant, and I'll kind of hold that up so everybody can see it. And this is what the unit looks like in the box.
But what do you guys do with those? What's that?
The Guardian Alert Pendant is a very simple device that people can use if they're subject to falls in their home or around their property in which they may not have their phone with them or may not be able to reach a phone. There are a lot of people with mobility issues, not just seniors. It could be someone, that in their 40s that
right.
have had a health issue that makes them have a mobility issue. But the Guardian Pendant is, for lack of a better term, it's the I've fallen and I can't get up type device.
I remember those commercials.
So it connects to your home phone system.
Okay.
It can be worn around your neck on a like a pendant, or it comes with a belt clip.
Okay.
And it can go on your belt. It could be just stuck in your pocket if you wanted it to. Some people are very conscious about wearing something, or you can stick it down in your shirt if you want to hide it. But the whole purpose of this is that this connects wirelessly to a base that is then connected into your home phone line.
Okay.
And if you should fall, you can press this button, and that will initiate a 911 call to our emergency communication center. You're not going through a third-party service. You're not using any other provider. This goes directly to the emergency 911 center. So you're going to be able to talk on this speaker once they answer to an actual 911 operator.
That's in your office too, right?
That is. Well, the dispatch center was moved out of the sheriff's office about 3 years ago, and it was put. So now they dispatch for fire rescue in both towns and us.
Okay.
So it's a consolidated center, but it goes to them, and they can immediately assess you and get you help.
Nice.
This is good for wireless communication to within about 1,000 feet of where the base station is.
So you can work in your yard.
You can work in your yard, you can tend your garden, go to your shed, check your mail, walk your dog around the yard. It's a life-saving device should you become immobile. It should be pointed out that if you should fall in your home and you can't get to a phone, or if you fall outside, it really doesn't take very long for you to become a victim of that type of thing.
Right.
You could potentially lose consciousness. You could be there for hours, and then who knows what might happen to you at that point.
Right. Right.
So
time is critical at that point.
Time is critical, and it's a great device. The unit itself, with the battery backup that comes with it, so if you lose power. And you have a standard phone line, you can still use the pendant, even though you might not have power. And we also provide a real estate type lockbox for the door, so that you can put a spare key in it. And the reason we do that is because if you're down, then you probably can't get to the door.
Right. Your
doors are probably locked, and we don't want to do damage to your home.
You're
if we can avoid that.
Right.
But we're coming in, we're gonna get you. But having the key, and we link that code to our computer-aided dispatch system, so that if you initiated a 911 call from this device, it would automatically populate that 911 that door code to the 911 operator. So she can tell whoever's responding, this is how to get in.
Right.
And that's secure. We don't obviously divulge that to anybody.
And like speed is everything in those situations.
It is.
That's critical. So how do I get one of those?
Well, you can contact me at the sheriff's office. My cell phone number is 540-920-7870. My desk number is 540-672-1356. And you can also send me an email at rkesner, Kesner, at orangecountyva.gov. If you want one of these devices, you need one of these devices, our mission at the Sheriff's Office is to get that to you pretty much cost-free. This is a donation-funded program. I'll shout out to the Licata group and say that the Licata group this year has pledged $3,000 to this program. And we are currently raising more money. We typically put out about 30 or so of these a year, so the cost is around $6,000 to go.
So you need more funds.
We need more funds, and as this program becomes more known and more popular, I'm sure we'll get more requests for it. And then if we do provide one to your family, and of course if the family wants to make a donation back to the program, they can do that. But the whole idea here is that we know citizens are on fixed incomes out there. We know that funds are tight. We want them to be safe.
Sure.
We don't want them to have to worry about, can they afford something like this? I will go a little bit further and say that there are other services that provide this type of pendant, but there's usually a monthly fee associated with it, or there are some other cost, and they're much more expensive. There are no extra fees for this service. Once it's connected to your phone line, it's good to go. You don't pay anything else.
Not a yearly subscription.
Not a yearly subscription or anything. And if something goes wrong with it, you need service, lightning strikes it, you call us, I'll come out, and we will replace that unit and make sure that everything is up and running.
Now, do you have something that if you don't have a landline, can they do something?
We do.
Okay.
There is another unit that we have. It's a Guardian Pendant Plus.
Okay.
That pendant connects solely to the cell phone towers.
Okay.
So it stands alone. It doesn't connect to any base in your house or phone line. It's just like having a small mobile phone with you. And when you activate the button, it will go directly to a cell tower, which will dial 911.
Okay.
And then the 911 operator can speak to you. The only downfall with that unit is that unlike the Guardian pendant that connects to your phone line, that one is going to give the 911 operator your exact location, because it will identify you as being at your home at that address. The one that connects to the cell phone towers is a little bit not quite as accurate, because that one, we can get close to you, we can triangulate that location. Very seldom, sometimes it'll pinpoint your location. But I tell people the only time that the difference between the two of them comes into play is if you should happen to go unconscious.
Right.
If you are unresponsive and you can't talk, and you've pressed the button on the Guardian pendant at home, we're going to know where to come get you.
Right.
If that happens to happen to you with the other one, then we're going to try to find you, but we may not be able to pinpoint your location unless you can talk to us and tell us.
Well, certainly shorten the time that they find you.
It will,
Yeah.
and it's definitely, if you don't have a home phone service and you need one of these, the beauty of it is that you can take it anywhere you go. So if you're visiting relatives in North Carolina, it's still going to work.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's great.
Is that a comparable cost too, or is that one slightly
That
more?
one's a little bit more expensive. That unit comes in at about $300.
Okay.
But again, no fees once you have it. It's yours
deal.
it's yours to use however you feel, and you can take it anywhere you go.
Excellent, excellent.
So Ron came to us to help him with funding. I mean, that's where it came to, and our team, I talked about it to our team, and we committed, $3,000 for a matching, looking for other folks to match. And yesterday I was at our EDPG meeting, which is a local group of local businessmen, And I told them what we were doing. Ron wasn't there, but I told him what we were doing, and we had got $1,500 and a $500 pledge right from the business community to help Ron and the Sheriff's Department and Triad with this endeavor. So if there's anyone out there that would have any interest in supporting this in any way, by all means,
Reach out.
call Ron.
Yeah, we even have a way you can donate electronically.
Nice.
If you want to do it online, you can go to the Sheriff's Office tab on the county government website, and under Sheriff's Office, there's a separate tab for Triad. And when you get into the Triad tab, there's a link there to donate. And then you can pick which program, whether it's Guardian Pendant or Project Lifesaver, that you want to donate to.
Okay.
You can do it online.
You know, my mom used to say that a community is built by its people. It's all about the people. And, you know, within our team, when I broached this, there was consensus. Yeah, let's do it. And yesterday, when I was at the EDPG meeting, I raised it, and people in our community, business people in our community, and people who live in our community made a commitment. I felt so good about that, knowing, you know, this area here in Central Virginia where we live is such a wonderful place to live. It's housing, activities, it's just a wonderful place. But really it comes down to there's a lot of great people here.
There is.
Some people in need, but other people willing to help. And we really appreciate what you do and what the Sheriff's Department does.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And let me tell you how much of a blessing and what this means to us, because there are so many of our seniors on fixed income and who are compromised in mobility that they don't need to worry about whether or not they can afford a device that might save their life.
Exactly.
And especially when it's so simple and kind of so low cost as it goes. Your support of this program and helping push it out to the business leaders and citizens of the community, I can't begin to tell you how much it means to me, how much it means to the volunteers that I have in this program that I work with, and to the Sheriff's Office itself. It's huge, and I'm just touched really in my heart for what you guys are doing. This has become much more of an answer to a prayer than I could have imagined.
Well, thank you. A good organization, a successful company, we believe, our team believes, has an obligation to give back to the community, and
Absolutely.
None better than to our seniors and sometimes children who are in need.
Right, you got to take care of the weak among us or the frail. Absolutely.
And these programs, if you don't mind, the Guardian Pendant program and the Project Lifesaver program are the two most expensive programs that the Sheriff's Office rolls out to the community in this manner. And they're both donation funded. The Project Lifesaver actually those units cost more, and that whole program costs more money to operate, but the most popular program is the Guardian Pendant program. Those are the ones I get requests for those almost on a daily basis.
Wow, that's great.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Really do. That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
So to talk a little bit about real estate, as we do, we talk about the
I was a
inventory.
little nervous when I saw the police officer this morning when I showed up to work, so I was a little nervous.
Well, obviously, Keith doesn't have his tags up to date, and we're worried about his licensing, so all joking aside. So the inventory continues to be low, and for folks out there who think that, prices are going to drop and I'm going to wait till they drop before I get back into it, prices are not going to drop.
Might get left out completely.
They will slow down. The appreciation will slow down across our region right now, including Orange County, Fredericksburg. Prices have increased year over year, almost 16%. Now, that's really unprecedented.
4 times an average, a normal year.
Yeah, normally it's 2 to 4%, 2 to 4%. But we expect it will slow down a little bit, but it will not crash. And I just want to give you, so I'm sitting right now on Route 3, halfway between Culpeper, Route 29, which takes you south and north, and halfway to 95, which takes you north and south. We're really halfway in the middle. We have a great hospital in Culpeper. We have 2 hospitals in Fredericksburg. There is a 400,000 veterans facility that's going to be built there. What does that mean? If I'm a healthcare worker, a healthcare professional, I'm going to have a lot of opportunities, and there are going to be many jobs. People come to our area and they need a place to live. We don't have much inventory. Again, it's going to continue to be a strong seller's market. Prices will stabilize, but they're not going to drop. So that alone in itself, just get it out of your mind if you're thinking there's going to be a crash.
Now there has been an inventory shortage, but we have some news on that too. We have a couple exciting listings coming up.
So like this past week we had 3 open houses. I think 2 in Spotsylvania, 1 in Fredericksburg, one in Orange County, and 2 of them are under contract already. So that's great when you have an open house and it goes under contract. I think one of them was your listings, another one was Zan's listings. Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend, the first weekend in October, the second and third, we're gonna have 3 large waterfronts.
Finally, some waterfronts hitting the market. People been asking for them. So
First time in a while, and we're gonna have 5 or 6 other new properties come to market. So we're gonna have open houses on Saturday and on Sunday, including Fairfax. Fairfax.
Yeah,
So
nice
more will come out on that. Of course, we'll be marketing them on social media and through the Bright MLS and all the sources, because we want to create a lot of excitement around those. So we're so happy to have inventory, but the problem with having inventory is it goes so fast, and you have no inventory, and it all starts all over again. But
it's a good problem.
Anyway, a great problem. But that's about it for today.
Yeah.
I want to thank Ron for coming in.
We need to have more guests here. I like that. You were great. So,
hey, I'm available pretty much any time.
So if you need them for a party.
Yeah, exactly. I can do jokes.
And we have other better looking people that are on that we have on our show. The 3 of us, we have I think Ron said we have a face for radio, which is good, which is all right.
He's sitting on a phone book, by the way.
Anyway, great talking to you guys, great seeing you, and support this man.
Yes, support this man. They're doing great
and
stuff.
help him with his endeavor. Orange County Sheriff's Department, the Triad program.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. This might be awkward when I turn it off. So.